Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Rev Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Porsche, welcoming you tonight to Griffin Gym on the campus of Dutchtown High School. Tonight, boys District 5-5A basketball, the district opener for the Amant Gators and the Dutchtown Griffins. I'll be joined by Coach David Swacker in just a moment, and we'll go through the starting lineups and all the coaches and the opening tip. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today. Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network, where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character, and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
Their reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
For your car. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Porsche and Swack with you tonight for round 2 of Griffins versus Gators. As tonight we have boys basketball as we have the District 5-5A opener between these two teams. Last night we had girls basketball over at the Gold Dome. Santa Maria won that game. Very close, very exciting game. We're hoping for a similar game and action tonight. And we're going to start by talking about the coaches and two guys that are very familiar here in the Ascension Parish community. Travis Uzzi over at Santa Maria, and of course Pat Hill at Dutchtown. Coach.
And when you talk about basketball coaches, or basically coaches, period, in the parish, Pat Hill is the man. 21 years, been at Dutchtown High School since the school opened up, and Travis Uzzi in his 10th year, 194 wins and 120 losses. Both coaches do a very good job schooling the kids up, and it's going to be the opening kickoff, or I say tip-off, not kickoff, of the District 5-5A season, and it ought to be an interesting one.
And you see the games that are being played tonight, as tonight on Rev, of course, you have Santa Maria and Dutchtown, and then you got a couple of games over in Livingston Parish. East Ascension's on the road tonight, taking on Denham Springs, and then you're going to have Walker taking on Live Oak. We're going to talk about the head-to-head in just a minute, but we're going to pass over that for the moment. I want to talk about these records here in 5-5A, if we can get that graphic up. Let's look at and see where Santa Maria is near the top, 19-9. Walker leading the way. Denham Springs pretty close behind. Walker, the boys team and the girls team, are the favorites on both sides, but Denham Springs right behind them in both sports. Santa Maria, it's almost the 1, 2, and 3 are the same in boys and girls basketball. Then you have Dutchtown at 13-12 and East Ascension at 12-13 there. They've both been playing around 500 this season. Live Oak has the lowest record in district going into district play with 9-15.
Yeah, it's the girls are finishing up district next week, and the boys are just getting started. But boy, the thing that impresses you is Walker, girls and boys. It might be a sweep of the girls and boys championship, because both of them have dominated all over their schedule, and whether they're traveling, throughout the state, they seem to have handled all types of competition. So it's going to be interesting just to see what happens with Walker. And look, don't leave out Denham Springs, don't leave out Santa Maria at Dutchtown, and possibly even East Ascension. We'll see what happens, because everyone has played a non-district schedule, and that non-district schedule was supposed to prepare you for this district. And when you're talking about those first two teams, Walker and Denham Springs, those two are the better ones in the state.
Right, and they're in that 1-2 spot, and Santa Maria's right behind them. Santa Maria has a top 16 power ranking right now, and potentially, if they can do well in district play, they could get a home playoff game, as you see Coach Uzzi right there. And that's a good segue for us, as Santa Maria is 19-9 on the season. Of course, you talk about Travis Uzzi. He's in his 10th season. He already has his 9th consecutive season of 19 wins or more. And if he can win tonight, or just win one more game the rest of the way this season, he's going to get to 20, and that would be his 7th straight 20-win season, Coach, and that's an impressive feat.
Well, there's no doubt. 20 wins is the big number that in basketball, just like 8 or 9 in football. 20 wins is impressive. I'm going to just tell you, that is tough in 5-5A. It's tough in 5A, and just in the Baton Rouge area, as good as basketball is, there's Pat Hill. I don't know if he's warming up. Maybe he's going back in the locker room, or maybe he's just avoiding a bad pass. I'm not real certain. But he's still got a little quickness with him.
Yeah, back to Uzi. He's just he's got this team rolling, and they're consistently in that low 20 win range every season, Coach. And as you say, that's impressive no matter what.
Any way you look at it, who is the easy team to beat in this district? We just had girls play, how all 6 girls teams are in the top 32, which would make the playoffs if it was last night. Of course, it's going to be the end of next week. So you basically have the same thing with the boys team, but Live Oak is a little bit out of the range, being their record being 11-9. We'll take that back, and that's in the girls' rankings. But Live Oak is a little bit down, and they're at the, I think, 33 or 35 mark in the power rankings.
So that's what we're looking at here, and we got a lot of action going on here on Dutchtown's campus and elsewhere, as there's boys soccer being played at Griffin Field, and that's Dutchtown versus Zachary, first round of the playoffs. And you have the Santa Maria girls playing tonight, and right now both sides are very happy with the results, as last we saw, not quite at halftime at Griffin Field, you have Dutchtown leading Zachary 1-0, and if they win, they will go to the pit for round 2 to take on the Gators. The Gators beat Bonneville last night 1-0. On the girls' side, Dutchtown's girls play tomorrow because the boys are playing tonight on the field. But Santa Maria, Coach, they're up 1-0 right now on Denham.
At halftime, and so, that's a district foe, and a very good district foe. Of course, Denham Springs has got to be saying the same thing about Santa Maria. And you look at those two rankings, Santa Maria at 20 and Denham Springs at 13.
And so potentially, if Santa Maria could win, they may play Bird at home at the pit. Dutchtown, with their game against Slidell, they could potentially be playing for a home game in the second round, depending on what the other half of the bracket does. We'll see. And next week, potentially, if you get a boys Dutchtown versus Santa Maria matchup, that's most likely going to be our game of the week next week, and that's scheduled to be played sometime Monday through Wednesday, I believe. So we'll keep you up to date on that if that materializes.
Yes, and you don't have in the girls and boys soccer, you do not have the select and non-select.
Right.
And so basically, this is all of the soccer teams, maybe a few less soccer teams with the lower classifications, and a lot of times they'll play Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe.
Yes, that's
in
4.
the soccer playoffs there.
Right. And so we'll keep you up to date on those results. If we get any basketball results, there's 2 girls 5-5A games, and there's 3 boys 5-5A games taking place tonight. So we'll keep you up to date. One score we had halftime on the girls' side was Walker 48, Live Oak 4. I think we can call a winner in that matchup. But let's talk about that in a little while if we get any more results. We need to get to the starting lineups here, Coach. So let's go and start with Santa Maria and their starters. You have the guy that you're going to really be looking at is number 4, Latavian Crockett. We'll get to him in a second. But the rest of the lineup, Jermichael Million, number 2, Cameron Robinson, number 3, Crockett at 4, Bourgeois at 20, and Ezel at 22. And Crockett, these two teams played. You saw that in the original graphic, and an easy win for Santa Maria. They won by 21. Crockett had 43 points that night. He had 31 at the half. So if you're looking for somebody to watch tonight, it's got to be Latavian Crockett, Coach.
And he's been starting since he was a freshman. And I can just tell you, maybe sometimes on the girls' side in some of the sports, you might have a youngster starting. But in boys basketball and football and basically any of the other sports, it's hard to find a freshman starting in. So Crockett was doing that 4 years ago, and then one of his middle school buddies there back in the day, Jamaica Million, you see as a freshman starting for the Santa Amant Gators. So him and Crockett, are good friends, and they're the leaders on this team.
And now let's go to the Dutchtown starters. And you're going to see number 2, Tyson Norris, running the point. The other guard will be Matthew Thomas, number 5. Gary Dukes, that's a familiar name around here, number 20. Lathan Webster, number 21. And Caleb Hill, number 22. Earlier in the season, we saw this team against Grace King, and they had a little bit of trouble with their guard play. They graduated a lot of their guards and ball handlers, and they have improved as the season has gone along. And they had a couple of wins this week. They beat Central and they beat Mentorship, so they're starting to come around, Coach.
Yeah, and you know what time this is, huh, Jeff? It's district time.
It is.
And no matter what you do in pre-district, everything is there for a reason, and that's to prepare you for district, and then the next step, that district prepares you for the playoffs, hopefully.
So we are just about ready. As you can see, both teams headed to their huddles, and you see Coach Uzzi and Santa Amant, no gold on these uniforms. They're black and white tonight. So that's an interesting look, and they've been wearing that for a while, this black and white on the varsity basketball side, on the boys' side for sure. In Dutchtown, they're going to be in their home jerseys. They'll be wearing the white colors, and they are going to have the purple accents here tonight. And so we are just about ready to move to the opening tip as both teams take the court. And right now it's going to look like the jump will be Webster and Bourgeois. So District 5-5A boys season moments away from starting.
Well, you really don't have the center guy, the tall kid jumping. A lot of both teams looks like they're evenly matched up height-wise.
And the tip is won, and here is Crockett taking over for Santa Amant. That's Crockett and Million in the backcourt. And the pass. Passes on the shot now.
Well, it's a 2-3 zone, it looks like, that Dutchtown is playing, and Santa Amant is doing an outstanding job of working that ball around. Nothing has penetrated towards the goal yet, and no shots taken.
Now to go inside to Ezel, bounce pass low, stolen. And here comes the Griffins. That was Gary Dukes. And he goes coast to coast, puts it up, no good, out of bounds. And Ezel got his hands on it, but he was out, and so Dutchtown has possession.
Ezel tried to jump in and get possession and reestablish himself, just a little bit late.
Bounce pass stolen by Bourgeois, and Crockett is running to Million, shoots, scores, and it's 2-0.
And you'll just see Million or Jamaica very, very flexible when he gets around that goal, and very accurate.
You have Thomas on the right wing, back up top. And that's Hill over to Dukes. Now Thomas setting up their offense.
Santa Amant man-to-man.
Absolutely. About to mention that, Coach. Bounce pass down low. Webster can't get it. Gets his own rebound. Misses again. Another rebound. And he scores. And we're tied.
Well, Santa Amant's doing a good job of just having your hands up, but you got to block out after they shoot. Outstanding job right there by Webster, getting 2 or 3 shots and a steal here.
Here's Dukes. He's going to go up, and he misses. Offensive rebound. Hill scores.
Well, Hill's probably looked around and said, where is everybody? I guess I'll just go up and shoot this easy layup right here.
And there's Crockett for the Gators. Passes down low. Ezel. Easy two. And we're tied. 2 minutes in.
Crockett, you talk about all that scoring, and he's very good at that. Nice pass on the assist right there.
And are we going to get a charge or a block? We're going to get the charge. So Ezel stood his ground, and the charge will be called against Norris. So that's the first foul of the night on either side. And Santa Maria with Million as the Griffins go, I believe, a 2-3 zone. And ball's loose, goes out of bounds.
Tell you what, Dutchtown there in that zone defense, you get in that lane, and they did an outstanding job, a double and triple teaming Million.
And there's a three from Crockett, and it's all net.
Crockett right there, nice, squared up that shoulders. Easy little bucket out there, about 3 feet past the three-point line.
7-4, Gators lead Griffins. And here's Thomas. Pressure gets it to Norris. And it's stolen, and here's Ezel. And it's stolen back by Dukes. Bounce pass, nobody home. He was trying to get it to Webster.
Nice thought by Dukes right there. First of all, nice job on a steal. Very quick hands right there. And could not get to his partner right there for an easy layup.
Impressed with Dukes' defense so far. I believe that's 3 turnovers.
Well, I think both teams are playing very good defense.
But right there, a three, in and out. A little hard, a little long. Rebound goes to Webster, and going in the lane, kicks it out, and Hill for three, no good. And fight for the rebound. Good effort by Webster, but it goes to Santa Maria. Million. Now to Crockett. He's going to put up the off-balance shot, no good. Rebound, Bourgeois. To Ezel. Knocked out of bounds by Dukes. Dukes knows a lot of sports out there, and you've seen him running a lot, and you would expect an all-district running back to be able to run up and down this court.
All day long.
Yep. Now Santa Maria. Crockett. Robinson to Crockett. Shoots. Loses it, gets it back, and look at that rainbow. It goes right in, and it's a 5-point lead.
Crockett had time while that ball was in the air, maybe to put his hands together and hope that, pray that it kind of goes in that hole, and it did.
And there's a three from Thomas, and it's short. Rebound, Santa Maria, Robinson. And now a three from Ezel, good. And it's an 8-point lead.
Boy, nice offensive defense by both teams. Dutchtown not able to get the ball in the hole quite as much.
Duke shoots and scores.
Little baseline, a little 12-foot shot from the baseline for Dukes.
3:20 left to go in the first, and there's one from nearly half court, no good, and the rebound gets out to Dukes. He may have traveled, no whistle, but a steal. And here's Million, goes up, and a little reverse. Offensive rebound. And Crockett's going to go to the line.
But you saw Million right there trying to figure out what am I going to do. There's two of them on top of me right here. And you can see right here on the replay. Tried to spin it off the goal. Nice defense. And then Crockett with the rebound shot is fouled.
Fouls on Webster. Free throw good. Substitution, Gary Dukes will have a seat. Ryan Terrio checking into the game for the Griffins. So nice start for Santa Maria. 7-point lead. In the girls' game, it was Dutchtown that jumped out to an early lead. In the boys' game, it's Santa Maria. They're up 14-6.
Well, Dutchtown girls jumped out to a three-quarter lead.
Yes.
And basically almost a full game lead, but lost it right there at the very end.
Right. A nice performance by them, and there's a shot by Webster. Offensive rebound, good. Getting some second chance points, Coach. It's 14-8.
And they've had a number of those, and that's one that went in. Million at the top of the key.
There's Robinson. He thought about it. Inside to Crockett. Shoots. And he has a touch.
So that's the spot to go against that 2-3 zone.
I believe that's either 7 or 9 for Crockett so far, and of course he had that big game last time these two teams met. Hill gets it to Terrio. Got their hands on it, but it gets over to Hill. 22 guarding 22, man to man. And now there's Norris, and he goes in and scores.
Norris, nice job right there. Love to watch players use that backboard.
Baseline, steps out. And
call the foul.
They're going to call the foul. So that's going to be on Norris, so he's going to have to leave. I believe that's 2. That's the indication from the Santa Monica bench, which we're sitting next to here tonight. And he'll be replaced by Dukes.
Nice steal right there underneath that goal. Number 21, Webster.
And now here's Hill, stops, turns around, blocked by Bourgeois, and it's a rebound to Robinson.
I tell you what, both teams, one thing sure.
Pass down low, stolen.
Is both teams get up and down this floor so quick.
Hill misses, Dukes with the tip in.
Dukes got up in there, controlled that ball, and it's an easy little layup in there on that offensive rebound.
And here's a run by the Griffins as they get it down to 4. Turnaround jumper in. The Grims are being kind to Santa Monica here tonight as Bourgeois scores.
I'm going to tell you, both of these teams, usually the Pat Hill team is going to defense you to death, and they're going to try to win games 50, 55, maybe 60 points. And both teams are really getting after it, and all of a sudden Coach Hill says, we're going to slow this thing down, the last minute of play. And, of course, Santa Monica up 18-12.
And Dutchtown is usually a perimeter team in recent years. And they're going inside and going up against the trees inside and having success. 28 seconds. Thomas to Webster.
So guard-to-guard exchange here.
Weaving it around. Terrio.
Man-to-man.
Now Thomas, 18 on the clock. Dukes just weaving and stolen by Crockett. And he drives, shoots, misses. Rebound Dukes. 5 on the clock. He's going to have to stop and shoot. And off the glass, no good. That'll end the first quarter, Coach. It's 18-12. Let's take a break. Santa Monica with the lead. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
We're back. Dutchtown trails by 6. You see them on your screen right here as you see Norris up there and a couple of starters having a seat as Coach Hill talks about his strategy. Lots of running, lots of back and forth here in this first quarter, Coach.
Once the ball is rebounded, haven't had a lot of shots because there's a number of three-pointers. Haven't had a lot of shots that have gone through the hoop. But once the ball is rebounding, either it's getting put back up real quick, and mainly on the Dutchtown side, or it's going in the other direction. And, Santa Monica's in man-to-man, as you see Jamaica up here, one-on-one. And then Dutchtown's in that 2-3. And they are spreading and covering all areas of that lane.
Gary Dukes had a nice first quarter. He's going to go in the lane. Kicks it out. Terrio for 3. No good. An offensive rebound, and that's Webster, and it's tipped, and Griffin ball. 7:35, second quarter. And here's Dukes again. Oh, Thomas nearly lost it. And now Hill's running the point. Norris is out right now.
So when you drive that lane, you're not most of the time it's not, a shot's not taken. Usually there's a pass.
So here's Thomas trying to make a shot, can't get anything, and now a jumper by Dukes, blocked, rebound, no good. Fight for the board, and it's going to go to Dutchtown. They're going to say it went off of Million, I think. Either Million or Bourgeois.
I think they're going to say Bourgeois.
And now here's a new Griffin coming in, Christopher Jones.
Webster getting a rest.
Looking for somebody to throw it into, got to hurry. There's Terrio. First minute, no scoring here in the second quarter.
Good job by the Gator defense, helping out on the drive.
And there's a three, way short. Out of bounds. That's some pressure, man-to-man defense right there.
Yeah, and I could just tell you, that looked like one of my shots. When you're as tall as I am, better not be shooting too many times from the outside.
Santa Moss defense is not giving them good looks. That's what it's about. Now Million nearly lost it, and now he throws a pass, and it goes to Hill and a whistle, and that's going to be Million.
You got to establish yourself. You got to establish yourself defensively, because both of these teams will drive right by you.
Right.
You know, the advantage that Dutchtown has in that zone, somebody will come off of there, but in Santa Moss situation, they've been doing a good job helping out on the drive.
And I was going to mention, you see that occasionally, the player who commits the turnover turns right around and commits the foul right afterwards.
We're talking about 2 minutes here.
Now
going in this.
Right. And Dukes with the right-hander, no good. Rebound, Bourgeois, and a whistle. Foul, I believe they're going to call Dukes.
When you get that rebound, you had better be looking to get it thrown outside in a second, because somebody's going to be slapping at that ball in all kinds of directions.
As a steal goes to Christopher Jones. And now driving baseline, shot up, no good. Hill misses, rebound.
Very good job on the tip out here.
And a three, long three off the back iron. Now another three from Robinson, no good. And we're going to have a foul, I believe. They're going to say 22, Ezel maybe pushed, and they do. And Coach Uzzi is furious. I believe he's arguing what I might have seen, the two Dutchtown defenders going for the rebound. Might have run into each other, and then Ezel was just there and got called for the foul.
Ezel said, "Look what I found."
I don't know. That was a tough one. That was a tough call right there, Coach. I believe the two Griffin players hit the floor because they ran into each other. Now Dukes. And we have a sub. That's Neighbors, number 10.
That was a good pass right there on the
shot
assist.
Goes in. For Thomas, it's 18-14.
I believe 22 Hill was with the assist right there.
Now here's Million driving, and a nice changing hands and laying it in. 20-14, and a steal as Crockett now has it, and he kicks it out to Million. Goes in the lane, then kicks it out, and a wide open three for Robinson, no good. And a fight for the rebound goes to Thomas. Goes out of bounds, and it's White possession. 4:20 left to go, second quarter. As we mentioned, number 10, Preston Neighbors checking in, wearing number 10 tonight. And kicks it out to Dukes, three, no good. Neighbors gets the rebound, and there's a shot from Thomas, no good. Rebound, Ezel. Pass down low, it's Bourgeois has it, misses. Neighbors rebounds. And here's Thomas. And driving and missing the layup. Thomas, rebound, Crockett. And he goes in the lane and weaves and misses. And a shot put back in. Points for Lawson Bourgeois. It's 22-14. And we're going to stay here. And let's talk about what the 5-5A schedule is going to look like for these Gators who have the lead. We're looking at them right now. So they start their district schedule in 5-5A with Dutchtown tonight, of course. Then they get Walker at home for game 2. And then you got 2 games on the road. They're going to play at Live Oak. They're going to play at East Ascension. That EA game is going to be on Valentine's night on Rev Sports. And then they finish the season at home against Denham Springs. So they're going to get a tough one in game 2. And then you have Live Oak and EA. And then they finish out with a tough one against Denham.
Yeah, and you're looking at this one right now. Both teams know this is the district opener right here, and this is a big game. I mean, this is a big game for both. You say, well, Santa Maria won by 20, 21, or whatever it was. That means 0, and it needs to be 0 to the Santa Maria players because you never can tell what's going to happen 2 weeks later.
Hill gets the ball after missing a shot, gets it again, and a whistle.
That looks like I think we had a contact, and that's rightfully so. That's exactly what the officials need to do. As soon as play is semi-slowed down or stopped, then you blow that whistle, and just for safety. And
that was Bourgeois who got hit, and we're going to see number 50, Caven Taylor, replacing him. This is Neighbors. Over to Terrio. Now Thomas, nice move inside, shoots, misses, and a charge.
Good job defensively by Million right there. You got to be in a situation when teams are schooled up like both of these are, that charges are going to be taking place, that you got to pull up and shoot that 5-foot jumper right there.
Taking their time, waiting for that clock to run. Now they do. Million to Ezel. Back to Million. Gets in the lane, loses it. Stolen by Terrio. He doesn't have numbers. He's going to stop and pass it over to Neighbors. He'll drive, loses it, kicks it out to Terrio. And now Dutchtown will set up, slow it down. 2:20 left to go. I don't think they want to get in a track meet all night, as they kind of gave up that big number to Santa Maria last time they played, Coach. Now you have a 3 coming from Thomas, and that's long and no good. And this is Crockett. Nice no-look pass to Taylor. Can't do anything with it. Stops his dribble. Skip. And Ezel gets into the lane, kicks it out, and there's a 3 from Robinson. Long. Rebound, Neighbors. Dutchtown has it.
Neighbors doing a good job blocking out right there, getting that rebound.
And now Gary Dukes.
Not a lot of points scored in this quarter right here, Jeff.
I'm impressed with this Santa Maria defense. This man is just causing all kinds of problems in the second quarter. And you can look at Coach Hill right there, hands on his head like, oh my goodness. He's frustrated at the moment. As Kaz Babbin's checking in for Santa Maria and Latham Webster's checking in for Dutchtown.
And so I think it was 18-12 at the end of the first quarter.
It was something like that. This has been.
So we have 4-2 Santa Maria outscoring here in the second quarter.
And it's just good pressure defense. And not a full court defense, a half court defense, but very good.
Did here in the first quarter. The guard to guard exchange.
1 minute and right through the legs of Webster. Santa Ma possession. They're up 8. Got a chance to extend the lead to 10. That would be the first double-digit lead of the night if they can get it. And here's Crockett. Not having the night he had the first time, but they only have 22 points as we approach halftime, so of course he's not going to have that. He scored more points at halftime last game against Dutchtown than they have tonight in the first half altogether. That's Babin. Now to Million. Tried to get it to Babin. Was it touched with 30.5? I think it was.
It was touched. Santa Ma's ball, knocked out of bounds, deflected out of bounds.
So Million's going to throw it in. And Crockett stripped. Here's Thomas. And now Dukes. And they just can't get a shot. A good look. 16 seconds. Dutchtown trying to get it down to 6 or 5, 8. He's going to have to hustle now. Dukes goes into the lane, kicks it out. Here's Thomas from the free throw line, short, gets his rebound up, and no good. And it's halftime. And Dutchtown trails Santa Ma 22-14. We'll take a break and we'll talk about the game at halftime and some other things. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today. Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
Their reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
For your car. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, easy and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call. You gotta call Tyler.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche, David Swacker with you. We're waiting for our halftime entertainment. As you can see, the baton girl out there has not performed yet. Our score, Santa Maria 22, Dutchtown 14, and a low-scoring first half. Very defensive struggle. Good defense, especially on the Gators side, as you see, waiting for the music or whatever it's going to be, and we'll see, and we'll try to show you some of that if we can. But right now, let's talk about the upcoming schedule for the games of the week, Coach. As we are going to try to get a soccer match between potentially Dutchtown and Santa Maria. We'll update you on that soon. But definitely on Friday the 10th, a week from tonight, we're going to be at East Ascension. Dutchtown at East Ascension. And then on the 14th, Valentine's night, who else would you rather be with than these two lovely guys, right? For Valentine's night, Santa Maria at East Ascension boys basketball.
My wife says that she's going to come with me to the East Ascension game and give me full credit.
Well, there you go. I'm sure she still has those allegiances even though she's gone, right?
But I'm going to just tell you what needs to be full credit is both of these teams with the defenses because, Jeff, what was that score earlier in the year?
Right, 84-63.
And we're talking about a 22-14 halftime score. If you want to say a lot of shots missed, but a lot of shots taken and second chances taken, and no one is putting the ball in the hole. I mean, very good defense on both teams. And look, this was January 20th. This was basically 2 weeks ago that this score was 84-63. And I'm not going to say both teams went to a defensive clinic, but it's pretty obvious that defense has been on the emphasis by both coaches, not necessarily all year, but last couple of weeks definitely.
Updating the soccer stuff, Coach, there's some really good news to report right now on the boys and the girls side, as everybody here is hoping for that second round boys match between Dutchtown and Santa Maria, which we plan to cover whenever that may be. Right now, it's looking like it could happen. Dutchtown leading 3-1 in the second half against Zachary, and that's pretty impressive considering that Zachary scored first, but Dutchtown has come back with 3 goals, so they lead, and if they win, it's going to be Dutchtown at Santa Maria at the pit early next week. And that's our plan to cover those games, provided we can get permission and everything works out. But we might have a rival game, Coach, because we have an upset brewing. Or has it already brewed and percolated? You tell me.
Well, when you get hearts and gators, emojis, that means that the Santa Maria Lady Gators have picked up a 2-0 score in a victory in girls soccer tonight.
Right.
And who were they playing, Jeff?
Denham, a team that beat them pretty well in the regular season, but that just shows you playoff soccer. When you get a coach like Jolie Hartman, right?
And that's part of our crew.
Yes.
Don't you ever think just because Santa Maria won 84-63 earlier and they're ahead here at halftime that it's an automatic victory. When the Lady Gators soccer team wins 2-0 over Denham Springs after being beaten by Denham, now they're in the second round of the girls soccer playoffs.
And so that is an awesome, awesome bit of news tonight. So happy for Jolie. She's been so good to us over here, and she's, of course, my broadcast partner. Now the only bad news is I might have to lose her as a broadcast partner because she's still alive.
Well, I don't know who you're going to pick up to do that.
Well, Chris Goodall's been doing a good job, too.
And he is exceptional.
Yes, and, of course, you might get 3 games. We were hoping for hopefully at least 1. Now you might get 3 because the Dutchtown girls play tomorrow night against Slidell. And if they can win and then Mandeville wins their game, then you would have a Mandeville at Dutchtown second round girls game. Of course, we really want to get the district rematch, the Ascension Parish rematch, so we'll let you know.
All right, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we have Tara Zaleski.
Let's see.
She's a shooter at Dutchtown High School. Tara is a competitive baton twirler. She competes across the nation as well as internationally. She represented Team USA in the Nations Cup in France. In 2022, Tara was Louisiana State reigning champion in all 5 events. Ms. Tara Zaleski.
So she got me beat right now, Jeff. Well, Jeff, that was impressive.
Yes, it was. And that's Tara Zielinski, in case you missed the announcement of that. But just we had a little technical difficulties, but we got that in. Now the boys will get some moments to warm up, and that's going to give us time to talk about the power rankings in Division I, and that's the non-select side. And you see New Iberia, they're just having an awesome non-district season. I believe they're 21 or 22-1. Then Ruston, they're good at every sport, and so is Zachary. Walker and Ponchatoula, you see Walker right there. They're number 1 on the girls' side, number 4 on the girls' side. That's impressive. Sandoval, they're at 11. Theoretically, they win the right games. They could get into that top 8, but they're in a position to host a home playoff game. Denham's at 14, same for them. East Ascension and Dutchtown are in the playoff hunt, and they need some wins to move up. And then you have Live Oak, and they're trailing right now big over at Walker, so they're going to lose tonight most probably, and they're still trying to get back in the running here, Coach.
Well, that's the district schedule. We talked about it, and a lot of people, when they talk about moving into this situation with the Livingston Parish and Ascension Parish schools, a lot of talk goes into the sport of football, and I know each and every coach is looking in the sport area where they coach. But I'm telling you, you got volleyball, you have basketball, softball, and baseball in the spring, track in the spring. These are going to be dynamite sports for everyone, and so it's going to be interesting just to see what happens. I just think you have one of the best districts in the state, and because I think before this is all said and done, Jeff, you're going to have rivalries between Santa Ma and Denham, Santa Ma and Live Oak, all the other Santa Ma and Walker, and all the other Ascension Parish schools along with the Livingston Parish schools. And I just think it's going to be outstanding. You got new facilities over there for all the high schools.
A couple of things I want to add is the thing I like about this district, now that we've seen it in fall and winter, is the fact that all of these teams compete in the same bracket. They're all non-select schools. And it's not like 4 or 5A where you got Catholic playing in one bracket and Zachary playing in another bracket. They're not really competing with each other. But all these teams are competing for the same playoff spots. And you see the records right there. And the other thing I want to talk about is the spring, because softball, you're going to have a really good district because you're going to have Live Oak coming in and some good teams like that. But boys, it's going to be brutal for baseball because you got Live Oak, you got Walker, you got Denham. They're all good. And it's not like in the past you had a couple of instances where you play a team like Woodlawn or McKinley, and they're not competitive in baseball at all, so they're kind of like easy wins. There's no easy wins anymore.
No. It's going to be, just great competition, and it's going to be great for the teams, and it's going to be great for the fans. And lo and behold, we went and did 2 nights in a row at Live Oak.
Yeah.
And it took us, however we got there, it took us like 25 minutes to get there.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad trip.
So
we're ready for the second half. And Santa Ma has the ball first. Crockett inside, and Bourgeois gets points.
Well, Bourgeois gets points, but Crockett turned those shoulders, and he could have easily shot that ball, but found Bourgeois for the easy layup.
Unselfish gets the assist. And now here's a shot in, and the foul by Norris. Norris had sit that whole quarter with foul trouble, and he will go to the line and shoot one. And that might be the missing ingredient for the Griffins. So the free throw, good. And it's a 7-point game. So Norris starts out with a bang. Million to Ezel.
And this is where they tried to attack this in the first half, this 2-3 zone. And that has been a pass that has been there, just not the greatest of passes to handle. And as you have right there, the easy layup.
Lawson Bourgeois with the points. And here's Ezel with the steal, looking out, and there's Million inside, and there he is again. He has all 6 in the third quarter.
Well, Bourgeois said, I moved out, I think, 6 more inches right here to get a little longer layup shot. Good assist there by Jamaica Million.
That's it. And now it's an 11-point lead, and driving in the lane, loses it. Shot no good by Webster. But look at the hustle as he kicks it out. And a 3 for Caleb Hill. Assist goes to Tyson Norris. 28-20. And And now Santa Maria sets it up. They'll slow it down a little bit. Now they kick it inside, and a steal by Norris. Trying to cut it back to 6.
Well, they already hit that pass and shot from the other side.
Bounce pass. Dukes to Norris. Tries to get it down low. Webster has it. And now Hill drives the baseline up and in. And it's a 6-point game.
Nice drive, that baseline. You know, a cardinal sin there is do not let your man-to-man come that baseline where now somebody's going to have to collapse and somebody's going to be wide open.
And there's Crockett, and a nice touch.
Crockett been doing this for 4 years. A lot of AAU basketball. Makes it look so simple sometimes.
He's got such a fluid shot, and he's got a big body. He can play inside as well, as you see Norris. And turns around, shoots, misses it, and putback by Webster.
Webster, nice job on the tip in. I'm going to just tell you, I'm not sure he'd have made the shot if he'd have brought that rebound down because there'd have been 2 or 3 people all over. Nice job on the tip in for the easy 2.
Robinson to Ezel. Now Million in the baseline jumper. Crockett, good. And Santa Maria will call a timeout as they take a 33-24 lead.
Coach usually wanted to make sure I think there's a few adjustments he wants to handle on the defensive side because some easy buckets right there. And Dutchtown taking advantage of some nice little drives to the rim and some easy layup shots.
And an update from Griffin Field, the highly anticipated Dutchtown Santa Maria second round soccer game is going to happen. 3-1 final. Dutchtown beats Zachary, and now we're back to the action on the court as Thomas has it for the Griffins. So we'll let you know if and when we broadcast that game. Got to get the okays and set the time and all that, and then we'll let you know. As Norris shoots, nearly goes in, and that's Bourgeois committing the foul. He'll go through the line.
Bourgeois saying, I had those hands straight up, and the referee says maybe they were leaning a little bit.
Dutchtown looks like a lot more confident team out there when you have Norris running the show like he is right now. That's what was missing that whole second quarter.
Well, you know, when you're playing man-to-man defense, and you know, I don't see a lot of motion. I see a lot of guard-to-guard exchange, which is great. But I'm going to just tell you, you have to – it's so much pressure that you can't let anybody get by you and get to that bucket without somebody on defense picking him up.
1 for 2. It's an 8-point lead and a steal by Dukes. And he goes to the hole and scores, and it's now a 6-point lead.
Well, that was a great team effort by Dutchtown right there, and Dukes was just the guy that received the ball in the end for the easy layup.
Million faked out Dukes right there with the fake pass. And now he'll run the point. Drives. Nice underhand pass and miss by Bourgeois. Usually wanted a foul, didn't get it. Down low, Hill scores, and it's a 4-point lead.
Hill, outstanding job, knew what was happening right there. Going to get some heat, you know, on him and from Crockett, and he just had a little ball fake right there. Crockett left his feet. Foul on number 22.
That's Hill, and it's the first team foul second half for Dutchtown. 2 on the Santa Maria side.
A little closer here, 33-29, 4-point game.
And I think it's the presence of Norris and the reemergence of Dukes that's made a difference out here. And now the drive, kicks it out. Robinson for 3, misses. Rebound, Million. Look at that. Skying in with the big men and laying it in.
Million said, I thought he might dribble it out. And he says, I think I'm going to just challenge these guys, see what happens. And he kind of hung in the air a little while and shot that easy little layup there for good. Good two.
It's 35-29. Get it back to 6, and he loses it over and back.
A good call by the official right there, because I would have thought the ball got batted away, but it looks like basically the ball just slid off the offensive hand.
I didn't see an obvious contact by Sanoma. There's Million. To Robinson, he travels.
Got a run and start right there.
So the turnover. Dutchtown just hanging around. It's kind of what we saw, the opposite of the girls' game. Santa Moss had the lead most of the night, and Dutchtown trying to creep back in this game.
Duke's right here. You got that running back body.
Taking their time, Thomas, and there's Neighbors, number 10. And a steal, and Million tries to get a little fancy and misses. Rebound, Dutchtown, and nearly stolen, and there may have been some contact there by Norris. That's a third foul for him.
Million as a short guy, you know he's had to do a number of things over the years to overcome maybe a little taller defense.
Substitutions, Taylor for Sanoma, and Terrio will have to replace Norris, who commits another foul. Norris going to the bench. Let's take a note, it's a 6-point lead right now. Let's see how they do without him. Ezel double teamed. And they're going to do a 24-foot three, no good. Neighbors rebound. Dukes got guys on the wings, but he tries to go inside.
Coach Uzi comes by, is wide open. Boy, that post player is so wide open.
Yep. And a steal, and there's Million, and he's going to get a chance at redemption. Misses again, but right back and missed again by Crockett. Now inside, shoots, scores, and a foul. Haven Taylor off the bench. So Taylor will go to the line. Did not see who committed the foul. Good shot of Taylor.
I tell you what, Jeff, both teams are so quick, but Santa Ma's both guards out front, Million and Crockett. And you watch every time there's a pick right here, they're gonna jump the dribbler and cause them to go right here. You see it right there.
Terrio looking for somebody out off of the hands of Bourgeois.
No resting on defense for either team.
41.2 left to go in the third.
Unreal.
Now Hill with 30 seconds left to go. Terrio, top of the key. Neighbors nearly loses it. Thought there was a whistle. I believe Dukes thought there was. Now we have contact and a block on Million. So 15 seconds left.
Million's so quick.
Yes. Terrio's going to throw it in. There's Hill. 12. Taking their time. Crockett picks him up. Crossover. Turn around. Kicks it out to Dukes. Three. No good. Put back. No good. And it's 38-29 after three. So it's a 9-point lead for the Gators over the Griffins. We're going to keep it here and we're going to talk about the district schedules. We talked about Santa Ma a moment ago. Let's put the graphic up for Dutchtown and talk about what their district schedule looks like. We're going to have them on our airwaves again on the 10th, I believe, as boys basketball at East Ascension. In between, they're going to get a home game on the 7th against Denham. That game against East Ascension at EA is our Rev game of the week next week, along with potentially soccer. Then they go to Walker, then they go to Live Oak. So they kind of have a mixed bag in their schedule. They started with a couple of tough ones.
And, you know, we talked about this. It's just like a football schedule. There's no round robin, two rounds where you play each team twice. This is each team you play once. And it's a district game, and then you go into the playoffs from there. Now, can you play, let's say, Denham Springs twice? Yeah, but one of them's only for part of your district schedule.
If we can look quickly at Santa Ma one more time, we can look at what they're going to do as you get the Walker game next. Then they go to Live Oak. Then they go to EA, which will be our Rev game of the week. And then Denham Springs, and let's get back to the action. And here we are, fourth quarter. 9-point lead, Thomas, Paterio. And Dukes, 9-point lead again. And the shot no good. Want to note that Norris still on the bench right now for Dutchtown. As Crockett goes in the lane, and he's just got touch on that rim.
Crockett. You know, Jeff, when he turned around, I'm not sure he even knew where the rim was, but his touch was so smooth right there, it just kind of rolled around and went in.
And you've seen it. He's been really good using that rim, and the layup is in, and guess who? Crockett. Now Crockett's taking over. It's a 13-point game. And a tech. So, Million.
And that becomes a personal foul also.
Yes. And they're going to talk it over with Million, and he's a young guy, and he made a mistake. And they just took a 13-point lead, their biggest lead of the night, and now you're going to give Dutchtown a couple of free throws. That could hurt them right here. Because they may have been on the verge of taking over this game. First free throw missed by Thomas.
Not real certain. Did you see anything that happened?
No, I was kind of blocked by the coaches. We're sitting right in front of the Santa Ma bench, and Coach Uzi has been in our area a bit because he moves around a lot. He likes to be involved.
Throws it in at half court, part of the technical foul.
And you saw Norris just checked in. Or is about to check in. And another foul. And that's going to be on 50. That's Taylor. And now Norris comes in. Terrio checking out. It's a 12-point game. When he went out, it was a 6-point game. Now he's back in, it's a 12-point game. And he gets it, Thomas. Million tried to steal it. Now he'll drive, blocked by Ezel. And it's Gator possession, Crockett. He'll take the three, short, rebound, Bourgeois.
Oh, foul.
And Neighbors. 4 to 4 in the foul situation. Not sure what's going on here. What happened right here? We're going to have a technical foul called on Uzi. I missed what was going on as we were checking in on who committed the foul. I don't know if we can get a replay of the moments before. Norris is, it looked like what I can see is a foul was called on Neighbors, And then it looked like Dutchtown was going as if they were granted possession of the ball. And Uzi at that point kind of lost his cool. But I think they called the foul. They definitely called it on 10, and there's only 1 10 on the court. Free throw good. And it's an 11-point game. And he makes both. And it's a 10-point game. 2 technicals in the last minute. One of them on Coach Uzi and the other one on Million.
And I'm not certain where Million stands with
he's not on the court.
Fouls.
He's not on the court. There's Hill. And contact and another foul. And that's Bourgeois. Some close fouls right now. 5-4 is the foul situation. And the points on the layup. And that is, once again, Tyson Norris, and it's an 8-point game.
Well, Million, that's his second technical foul. And by National Federation rules, he is disqualified for the game.
And the shot. And a foul, and Crockett will go to the line. You see Coach Uzi, and I was able to overhear one thing. Can you tell me what he said? So apparently there were some words exchanged on that last technical foul by perhaps one of the players. Norris will come out. So will Neighbors, and it's Dukes and Webster. 8-point game. So apparently the technical situation was a reaction to some words that were spoken. And a little out of control and a steal. And now the three, Ezel, no good. Rebound, Terrio. It's a 9-point game. And now Hill kicks it out. Dukes drives, misses, rebound, offense, and points and a foul. Webster scores. It's a 7-point game. Foul on Taylor. I want to nominate Nolan for MVP. You see him going up and down the court following the action. And the free throw is good.
And Nolan's, he can play defense out here also, as good as things that we're watching.
And he's in a neutral blue. Good for him. 6-point game now once again. It got to 13. Now Dutchtown's cut it back to 6 after a couple of technicals. There's a shot by Taylor, and he gets the bounce. 45-37.
Nice job of going up straight on that vertical on that jump shot. Dutchtown doing a nice job of getting back in this game.
And there's a nice pass inside. Terrio blocked from behind. No foul. Neighbors comes in. Hill will throw it. Looking. Bounce inside. Neighbors is fouled and will go to the line. And that's, again, Taylor with the foul. So he's come off the bench, and he's committed 3 fouls. So there's still plenty of time left. It's an 8-point game.
Oh, you got a long time to go here, because you're going to have 1-and-1 situations, maybe even a double bonus.
Right. As there's 7 fouls on the Gators, so Dutchtown will be in the bonus rest of the night. Second free throw.
Can't do that.
And I believe that he was on the line.
Well, he basically ran across it, attacking or trying to rebound before.
And he didn't need to. So it's going to stay a 7-point game. And a steal by Dukes.
Oh, nice job by Dukes.
And in the lane and blocked and out of bounds off of Sanama.
Oh, good game right here, Jeff.
A lot of emotions right now.
Good game and first district game of the year.
This is very emotional on both sides as a result of some of the action and some of the calls. A three, good! It's a 4-point game.
And that's Thomas?
Yes.
Thomas with a nice floater in there for 3.
From 13 to 4. And a shot, no good, and a foul. And you see neighbor saying, I got all ball. I don't think he did. And the referees don't think he did, and that's all that matters.
And Taylor right here for 2.
Off the glass.
And look, National Federation rules, Jeff, you don't have to call that when it goes off the board.
Nope. The second one is good.
And you know what? I'm going to just tell you, free throws are going to be critical in this game.
Could be. As both teams are in the bonus now, as Dutchtown's at 6. So next one, they'll go to the line. Block! Bourgeois. But Ezel loses it. And this is very similar to last night. It was close when we got to that 4-minute mark, and it's a 6-point game right now. Could be in for some great high school basketball in these final moments. Thomas to Dukes. Dukes shoots, scores.
Ball tried to get out of there, but boy, Dukes had the magic spin on it.
Made a nice fadeaway. And timeout called. This is a 30-second timeout called by Dutchtown. So it's a 4-point game. Now they're going to switch it to a full timeout. And so that'll give us an opportunity to talk about the upcoming games once again on the Rev Game of the Week, as potentially soccer, definitely Sanama, Dutchtown at the Pit. We don't know when, and we're planning to broadcast that one if everything goes as planned. But on the 10th, on Friday next week, boys basketball, Dutchtown will be at East Ascension. 14th, I believe that's a Tuesday, you'll have Sanama at East Ascension.
And here we got Coach Uzzi trying to win that opening district game to go 1-0 in district and trying to get to that, 7th or 8th,
7th straight 20-win season.
20-win seasons.
He's already got 9 with 19 or more in a row. 3.5. Crockett kicks it out. Ezel shoots. Scores! 3.
With confidence right there from that corner spot.
7-point game now, 50-43, Sanama. Interesting that we haven't seen Norris come back in. Shot from Dukes, can't get it. Fights for the rebound. Look at his hustle. And he loses it. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Dukes came hard right there, and he's going to commit the foul. Probably some frustration from missing his shot and losing the ball.
Now we got a 1-on-1 situation. You got 3 minutes left in this game, Jeff.
Yep.
And that's why I tell you, 1-on-1 situations, the double foul, double penalty foul are critical, and we got 3 minutes left in this game.
Taylor's shooting. Norris is back in. You see him right behind Taylor there. That one is no good. Rebound, Dukes.
I tell you what, Dukes is coming on strong here.
Shoots. Rebound, miss. So Norris misses a point-blank layup. And a miss by Sanama. And a steal by Dutchtown.
And Dukes is here again.
Shoots, he'll go to the line. Ezel commits the foul. Garrett Ezel, senior, 6'1". We haven't talked about the seniors here tonight. Both teams are kind of young, but they do have some seniors, so they're kind of mixed in with some youngsters and some veterans, as Duke's going to shoot 2. On the Sanama side, we've seen 3 of the 4. They have 00 Kaz Babin. He would play in the second quarter. We got Crockett, of course, Ezel, number 22, and then Brandon Glover, number 54.
Duke's short on that attempt there.
And a little heckle from the Sanama side. But we have a steal on the inbounds, and he loses his footing and traveling.
Got a full court press right here.
Now here's Crockett. Puts it up. He'll go to the line. Foul called on Neighbors, number 10.
There you got a 2-shot foul here in the act of shooting.
And Nolan makes his sprint. Miss. 2:10 left to go. Neither team in the double bonus yet. 8 and 8 is the count. Second free throw good, 8-point game. Dutchtown has got it as close as 4, but hadn't been able to get any closer. Norris goes to Hill, he drives, shot, no good. Rebound Ezel. And it's lost, and it's going to go to Sanama. Now Robinson will throw it in. There's Crockett. And inside and blocked. Or not blocked, but fouled.
Nice pass there by 22 Hill. No, check that back, 22 Ezel.
Next shot, no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. Norris has it. Goes inside. Creates a shot. Blocked. Back by Neighbors in.
Neighbors, nice little jump hook.
And that gets it to 51-45 with 1:27.
Pat Hill calls timeout.
So we talked about the Sanama seniors. We can talk about the Dutchtown seniors as well, and you've seen some of those out here tonight. You have number 3, Ryan Terrio. Number 11, Dayton Cruel. He did not play tonight so far. Preston Neighbors, number 10, just made the shot. Nathan Webster, number 21, and then Chris Jones, number 23. We saw him briefly in the second quarter. And then you see the Sanama seniors again, Babin, Crockett, Ezel, and Glover. Both these teams are pretty young. Sanama's going to lose Crockett, and that's going to be a big loss, but they've got some good players all the way down the line.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this last minute and a half, a few seconds short of that, because both teams seem to be in a little bit of a hurry going back and forth. Sometimes it gets you some free throws, but sometimes it gets you some turnovers.
And Dutchtown's going to go full court pressure. They've created some turnovers off of this so far. Robinson looking to throw it in. Gets it to Babin, who's checked in. Still got to get it across, and Terrio's got to commit the foul. They're going to take their chances on the line. It's going to be 2 shots from here on out. Double bonus as it's 10+ for Dutchtown.
Coach Uzi trying to do one of these offensive, defensive moves.
So shot good by Cameron Robinson. Shot good. It's an 8-point game with 1:20 left to go. And now 3, good, Gary Dukes. And a timeout.
Nice shot there by Dukes.
Yep, 5-point game. And so, if you're Dutchtown, coach, I guess you go with this full court pressure. Coach Hill's strategy, obviously, full court pressure, commit the fouls, make them beat you at the line, and then take your chances on offense. That's what the plan looks like so far.
No doubt about that, and good on the free throws last time on the Santa Maria end. And, of course, you jump ahead by 1 in the final score here when Dukes makes that three-pointer. And Santa Maria answered with 2 free throws, or Dukes answered the 2 free throws with a three-pointer.
And Coach Hill trying to work some magic for the next 71 seconds. And go ahead.
It's a common thing, that if you make a bucket, usually what you will do is call timeout to set up your defense, what I want to do and stuff like this. And, I've seen Coach Hill, along with a number of coaches, that's exactly what they do. Here's Sanamaw going to throw it in.
And the pressure and contact and a foul committed by Thomas.
And here's a double move, offense to defense. Bringing in 50.
So Robinson's going to go to the line. So
David Taylor.
Yep. Good. This strategy isn't going to pay off if they keep making those free throws. So far, Sandoval has answered. But that time they don't. And here comes Norris. 6-point game. Goes up. Fouled. Taylor.
Going to be a 2-shot foul.
They can get it back to 4. I think Nolan's getting a little winded.
Nolan looks like he's having a little fun.
Mm-hmm. Gonna have to do some off-season conditioning, though. Misses the first. Now to cut it to 5. He does. No timeout. Sub. Terrio for Norris. And nearly stripped, but Thomas will commit the foul. No, they're going to say Terrio. Could have called it either way.
We don't know who he is, ref.
Yeah, the official just noticing, like, what? We got a streaker running across the court or something? Shot good. 6-point game.
There you go, 50 enters. 0-0 leaves. That's it. Kaz Babin. Taylor's in.
So Crockett's
for
going to
rebounded purposes.
And Coach Uzi's team making tons of timeouts. And a little timeout duel here as Coach Uzi was about to call a timeout. Coach Hill called a timeout and said, oh, no, he did it first. And I think Uzi got away with it.
Well, you got these 3-pointers, Jeff, in this game that could change the score quickly.
They need to go down, though. And they haven't so far. You had one from Dukes a moment ago, but Dutchtown has kind of passed on those and tried to penetrate and draw the fouls in the lane. Maybe get an and one. But the shots have not gone down. So that's our situation, a 7-point game. Coach Hill doing his best.
You know, basically the kids have got to, you know, what are we going to do if we make a bucket? Who are we going to foul? When are we going to foul?
So,
and then Sandomal's on the other side saying Latavian needs to get the ball. Let him shoot the free throws. Let him handle the ball.
So it's an interesting duel here. You got the dean of Ascension Parish coaches going up against a guy that's averaging about 20 wins a season. Shot no good, in and out by Hill. And it gets back to Norris, scores. 5-point game, and by our accounts, is that Dutchtown's final timeout? Most probably. They've used a ton of them here tonight. And we talked about that, the dean of coaches over there, Coach Pat Hill, he's seen it all and done it all, and he's brought some teams to the playoffs and made some runs. But then you got Coach Uzi, like we said already, he's 45 seconds away from a 20-win season again. And he knows how to win, and he knows how to get his team to win big games. And he's had a lot of home games in the postseason. He's won a lot of games in the postseason. And he's looking for another season with a home playoff game, Coach. And right now he looks like he's in pretty good shape here tonight if this team can keep on making free throws.
You can move on this throw-in along that baseline.
Crockett, Robinson, and the foul by Neighbors. And Robinson will go to the line. Now there's a little discussion. The official at the scorer's table talking it over with the scoring table as the scoreboard being run tonight by the Iron Man at Dutchtown High School, Barry Whittington. If there's a basketball game, Barry Whittington's going to be there as the free throw is good. Barry Whittington had to assistant coach the freshman team tonight. So he's a freshman admin and a stand-in basketball coach and the scorer's table.
So far, Coach Uzi's boys have really done an exceptional job at that free throw line in these closing minutes of the fourth quarter.
And Dutchtown just can't get into that lead. Tipped or not. Oh, the foul. Okay, they're going to call the foul on Dukes.
White, 3.
And so the foul's called on Dukes. And this is what I've been talking about here, Coach. I know it's hard to keep things interesting when you don't have a lot of consistent action and a lot of timeouts in a game like this. This is like watching one of those March Madness games where the final 2 minutes takes 30 minutes. But you said it all, Coach. The Gators are making the free throws, and they're not going to lose if they keep on doing that no matter what.
Well, the strategies that both coaches are going through are what you would see, by any good coaches on any night, whether it be the college level, high school level, or the professional level. You have a few different things, the college and the professional level where if you make shots at the end, the clock stops. That doesn't happen in National Federation rules. So it looks to me like both teams have been doing an exceptional job. It's just that Santa Ma is making the free throws, and they stay out of range of those 2 3-point shots to tie it up or go ahead.
So throw in from the side. All they got to do is get it in, and Dutchtown commits a foul, and Crockett's going to go to the line. I don't want to jinx things, because last night, every time I said a team was making or not making free throws, they go the opposite. But Dutchtown has the foul, and they're going to send Crockett to the line. That's a guy you don't want to send to the line.
Well, right now, I'm not real certain who you want to send to the line.
Everybody's been making them. Robinson's done a good job. Free throw good. Second free throw. Good. And they just keep on making those free throws. And another timeout. Santa Ma's going to use their timeouts. I think Dutchtown called about 17 timeouts here tonight. I think Santa Ma's called about 11. So I want to mention, again, game of the week, we're working now on getting final permissions, because you have to go and make sure. We can't just show up and say, hey, we're broadcasting. We got to go and say, are you cool with that? And we're getting those approvals right now for soccer next week. So it looks like unless something unusual happens, we will be broadcasting Dutchtown at Santa Ma at the pit Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So I know that Dutchtown is okay with it. We're getting Santa Ma's final approval, and so we'll know by tomorrow. I check Rev Sports 1 on YouTube, because we usually put the graphics up once we know for sure. And they have to hurry it. A long three. Good. Oh, nothing but net. Dutchtown won't go away at 60-54. And now he's able to go to the line. And this fourth quarter is setting a record for time, as they're going to shoot 2. Did Dukes commit his 5th? I think he did. And Webster's going to have to come in.
Tell you what, Dukes played a good game.
He did.
Very, very solid offensively and defensively.
He did. He carried the team in the first quarter. He's made some nice shots. He's made 3. So Ezel will shoot. and misses. A rare miss. And the second is in, and it's a 7-point game, and Norris has to hurry. And another long three from Hill, misses. And they get another shot. Thomas, short. Rebound, Santamon. 7 seconds left, and at this point, I think we can call it.
Well, I like what Coach Hill had. He had a nice little scheme right there with the guard-guard exchange, and I'm certain if somebody made the shot, they were going to get a second shot at it.
And so Taylor goes to the line. Coach Hill tried. He had the strategy, and the problem has been as the free throw goes in, Santamon can't miss at the line. And they're going to take an 8-point lead, and that's been the difference. And you love to see teams make free throws. I like a well-coached team that can make their free throws. Shot, long, that's going to do it. Our final score is Santamon 62, Dutchtown 54. We're just going to keep it here and wrap it up. Coach, you got any final thoughts before we go and get ready for soccer next week?
This is the district time of the year. And Santamon came out and, just think of that score last time, 21 points, and look what we have tonight. So this is what the district round is all about. You're going to get everybody's A game.
And we're going to see Dutchtown in action next week on Friday as they're going to go to East Ascension. Then we're going to get the Gators one more time when they go to East Ascension the following week on the 14th. But that's going to wrap it up. We want to remind you before we wrap it up, we will be most likely broadcasting Dutchtown at Santamon boys soccer second round. We're waiting for a date, and we'll let you know when that happens. And then next week on Friday, Dutchtown at East Ascension. You see Coach Uzzi right there and Coach Hill. Got to congratulate Coach Uzzi before we go, Coach. 7 straight, 20 wins.
20 wins. What a great accomplishment, and good luck to both teams as they go through this district schedule and into the playoffs.
So that'll wrap it up, Coach. Been a great night. Been great 2 nights, and we'll see you next week for basketball. That's the coach, David Swacker. I'm Jeff Porsche. Our final score, Santamon 62, Dutchtown 54. Thanks for watching. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.